How's everybody doing today?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. How's everyone doing today?
Yeah.
One more time. How's everyone doing today? I always like to start by having a little bit of fun.
Let's do this. Let's just do this right now.
All right, let's start by having some. Can we do this? Can we do this? Come on, class. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? I hear you in the back. I hear you in the back. Turn up. Okay, all right, one more time. How's everybody doing today? It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you. It's an absolute pleasure to return to Moses Brown, to feel the wind and the air and the specialness of this place. So I'd like to start my remarks today with some general housekeeping. So I'd like all the graduates of the class of 2016 to stand. I want you to turn around and turn to your parents or those who've come to support you today. I want you to give them a round of applause. I want you to thank your parents and your loved ones for supporting you in your journey to get to this point. Now I want you to stay standing. Now, graduates, I want you to turn to any faculty member, administrator, or MB staff that's in sight and give them an applause for their role in your journey to get to this point. Now, the last thing, class, you can turn around. I want you to take out your cell phones. Take out your cell phones. I want you to turn to the front-facing camera feature of your phone. Count of 3, I want you to take a selfie. 1, 2, 3. You can sit down. Now, I want you to look at that picture. Just look at that picture for a second. Look at that picture that you just took, that selfie that you just took. Look at that picture. What do you see? Who do you see yourself becoming? And what does that picture represent? Think about it. What does that picture represent? So in time that I have with you today, I'd like to share some words of advice as you celebrate today, as we prepare for the start of your next chapter in life. And my goal today for all of us that are here is that you take a moment to reflect on what got you here, but also think about who you are becoming as a result of it. Take a look at that picture, that selfie, that picture. Now, the first point, it's important to find your focus. See, right now, as you look at that picture, you are a moment, just like a selfie. You are a moment. But in time, you will become a story. And it's important to understand that because your life will reflect what you see when you see yourself. And the work and the effort that you put in every single day to make the picture of yourself a true statement. Finding your focus starts by understanding that you become what you see. And if you can see it in the present, you become it in the future. I'm going to say that again, graduates. If you can see it in the present, you become it in the future. So the lesson here is don't spend your life trying to be someone else. Don't spend your life seeking a like, a reaction, or validation that you haven't first defined for yourself. But instead, find your focus. Live to a code, a pattern of excellence, a value system, a plan that defines you and your choices. And when you do, you will be ready to accept the awesome responsibility that you've been given to be excellent, to serve humanity, to live with purpose, and to never, ever settle for a result that you know you can surpass. Your life will take many turns as you move forward from Moses Brown. You will have major, major triumphs. And some of you will have the gift of a major setback. You'll meet people who will change your life, and you will take on jobs and occupations that allow you to change the world. All of your future experiences will be shaped by how you see yourself and what that view of yourself inspires you to do. But your focus is the one thing that will be the bridge between knowing that you have potential and realizing that you and your dreams are possible. So find your focus. But before you move to the next phase of your life, have a picture of who you are becoming. Because if you can see it in the present, graduates, you become it in the future. See, when I was at MB, I had the honor to challenge myself in the classroom. This is where I learned how to write prose. I remember almost failing a Jamie German chemistry class. I was honored to run track for Doc Odell and be coached by Ransom Griffin, Skillings. And Ransom, you remember Heat, right? Heat, Ransom. I remain grateful for the mentorship of Susan Brown. I remember my summer job here working the grounds at MB, Jack Craig and Denise Monk, getting my first paycheck. I cherish the positive support for, underground support for people like Rob Edmonds, who was here. I remember the late former headmaster David Burnham telling me, "You are special, so dig deep and find out the best of who you are and live it." I remember Quaker meetings teaching me how to center myself and find internal strength to always see the light, be the light in any situation. It was here at MB where I learned to play the saxophone and perform the saxophone. And 25 years ago, I had the honor to lead my class as Student Senate President and deliver an address like you did at graduation. So today, I am honored to be back. See, we didn't have iPhones back then, so my selfie moment happened when I looked in the mirror every morning. A handheld mirror. Each morning when I told myself, one day you will be great. When I looked in the mirror and said, don't play for average, be extraordinary. When I looked in the mirror and I saw the hard work, the double and sometimes triple shifts my mom and dad worked at their jobs to put us through MB. When I looked in the mirror and I saw I was becoming a leader. When I looked in the mirror and I saw gratitude. Most of all, my days at MB taught me to accept the responsibility to do something with opportunity. See, when I was at MB, I had always believed and wanted to have an impact on people. As a classmate, as a teammate, as a friend, as a colleague, as a human presence. So when I came to MB, the reality was there weren't many African American or other students of multi-ethnicities. And MB continues to make strides in the area of diversity, and while there is some and more and better to achieve, MB did provide me and my brothers an opportunity, and also provided me with a responsibility. A responsibility to pave a path, to create a blueprint, to open a door for someone who you will meet 25 years later at graduation day today and congratulate them for pushing forward, just as others did for me. My dad's here today. He and my mom pushed me and my brothers, Dion and Brian, to not settle for just being happy to be here. This is an amazing school and has a rich history of producing leaders who have made and are making significant difference in this world. And today, graduates, you are the next chapter in MB's storybook. You are the next significant difference in this world. So don't just be happy to graduate. Be inspired today to be part of the richness, to be part of the extraordinary legacy, to be part of the extraordinary responsibility that comes with your diploma. But it starts with seeing who you are becoming and making a conscious choice to be who you want to become before you become it. Because if you can see it in the present, you can become it in the future. Don't honor opportunity as a right, but consider it a gift. Don't take your intellect and opportunity for granted because you have to do something with it. It has to live on as your story. It has to make the world better because you are present. It has to drive you to make tough decisions about your work ethic and taking risks. It has to motivate you when no one is watching. It has to make you so completely focused on being somebody and making your world better that it confronts you daily and makes your parents smile as you try to figure it out. So it's important, graduates, to have a picture of who you are and who you are becoming and how each step in your journey is preparing you for who you'll be, who you become, and who that you know that you can be. So find your focus. Find your focus. Because if you can see it in the present, what happens? You what? Become it in the future. Next, seize opportunity. Seize opportunity. See, graduates, challenge yourself to explore what you love and love the discovery of life's opportunities, even if it means you have to fail first to find it. Seizing opportunity means that you have to embrace your ability to try. Because think about it, most people, when people fail, they often fail not just because they did the wrong thing, they often fail because they failed to try. Don't be someone who fails to try. Seizing opportunity means reminding yourself to never take no for an answer, but rather find a way to take something from every encounter, from every win, from every loss, from every moment, take something away that pushes you forward. You see, whenever someone told me, no, you can't, I always flipped that word no to mean it's on. Because think about it. It's the same word, it's just used differently. I use that as my motivator to push through. The only difference between stop and go is your interpretation of red and green. You know, when they told me, when I was applying to schools after my days at MD, when they told me you can't get into the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School early decision, you can't do that. Well, I got into Penn. And when I graduated from Penn, I graduated with the Spoon Award, which is the top senior honor award any senior can win at the University of Pennsylvania. Now, if I had listened to the word no, you can't, maybe I would have had a different path. But because I already had a picture of who I was becoming, because I found a focus, looking into the mirror and seeing what I wanted to see, I was insulated from the view of limited potential. I just raised the roof to accommodate my will to succeed. But that started at MB. That started at MB. You see, when I learned to live by a code, to see myself for who I was becoming, to focus on honoring the responsibility that came from my parents' sacrifice and accepting with gratitude the awesome responsibility to use my MB education to become part of history and to make this world a better place because I understand what the honor of truth really means. Seizing opportunity means not only walking in the shadow of the elms, but walking in the footsteps of your own shadow. Knowing that each step you take in life, each chance you take, each risk you take, creates a path for someone behind you to advance. It creates an opportunity for something to be advanced further because of your effort. It creates an opportunity for someone to take new steps. It creates a moment for someone to find their honor of truth. But if you don't take the chance, if you don't take the try, if you don't take a step forward, you will remain in the shadow, and this experience will be a selfie moment, not a story. So when I look back at my days at MB, and I remember 25 years ago signing my classmates' yearbooks, hey, with this quote, "Believe in yourself so others will believe in you." I realized today, 25 years later, I was walking in the footsteps of my own shadow. I was practicing my capability without yet knowing the full story, but creating moments that would build my story. Graduates, you were given this moment today to begin creating your story, but you have to see it. And you have to take the opportunity that comes with it. So graduates, seize opportunities. Because if you can see it in the present, you become it in the future. The final piece of advice that I want to leave with you today is this. Disrupt the world for good. I'm going to say that again. Disrupt the world for good. See, Moses Brown and your parents have given you an opportunity, and you've been given essentially a springboard. But if you think about a springboard only works if you jump. If you stand still waiting for it to catapult you into the air, you'll be stuck standing on a flexible piece of plastic. But today, life works the very same way. You live in a world where there's an app for just about anything. You live in a world, graduates, where you can YouTube or Google an answer for just about any question. You live in a world where on demand means you can wait, push a button, and magically it appears. You live in a world where it is often easier to send someone sitting across the table from you a Snapchat than to look them in the eye and say hi. And in some respects, you are at a crossroads. You can wait for opportunity to come to you, or you can take the rich opportunities of this world and recreate how opportunities happen. You can disrupt the world for good. Today, the world needs you to be an original superhero. Today, the world needs you, graduates, to be an original superhero, The world needs you to disrupt the way that something was done for centuries and invent something that reshapes how we work, live, play, learn, and thrive. You see, just like an app on your iPhone, during the course of your life, you will be a button for someone else. Someone who is not born yet, but counting on you to find a better way, a safer way, a more productive way, a more fulfilling way for them to live when they get here. You will be a button for someone who is already departed, someone like Dave Burnham, who is watching from above, smiling, taking joy, knowing that their time on this earth had meaning. You will be a button for your parents, who realized that any stress, pain, suffering, or sacrifice they had to endure in the process of being your parent was worth every gray hair, every wrinkled line, every tear, every sleepless night. And tonight, they will rest a little easier. So graduates, as you navigate your path past your Moses Brown education, search for ways to challenge the way it's been done. Embrace your natural curiosity to change the way it should be. Create a new, better definition for the way it has always been. Create a new way to do, a new how to do, a new here's how we do it, a new here's how we, better way to get it, a new here's how faster way to get there, and a new, more enjoyable way to live. Graduates, look at the world as a blank canvas that you can flip upside down with a view that stretches your imagination and unleashes your full potential. Always ask what if. Always ask what's next. Because the world needs you to disrupt it for good. The world needs you to find the next Uber, to revolutionize the next iPhone, to cure cancer for good, to discover a way to get humans to teleport through time and space. The world needs you to send someone to Jupiter. The world needs you to create the next revolution that advances life for the generations to come. The world needs you to be who you are becoming, because when you disrupt the world for good, you change the world for good. But graduates, don't let technology take away your work ethic. Allow it to let you to work harder, smarter, faster, and to reach new heights. Let your devices, all your devices, enable you to become who you are and to share it with the world. So as you think about what happens next, I celebrate you, graduates. I look at every single one of you in the eye, and I celebrate you. Find your focus. Seize opportunities. Disrupt the world for good. But it all starts, graduates, it all starts by making a conscious effort to see who you are becoming. Because if you can see it in the future, it happened in the present. But if you can see it in the present, that means that you will become it in the future. You have an amazing path ahead. And I could not be more proud, more honored to be back here with you today. And to thank your parents for what they've done to get you to this point. To thank the faculty for what they've done to get you to this point today. So class of 2016, congratulations on all that you've accomplished, all the amazing things that you are left to do. And always remember that if you see it in the present, you become it in the future. I'm Kaplan Mobray. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.